Alrighty, welcome to Friday night. This is Darrah. I hope everybody had a great week and a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know I did. And if you've been looking at the website in the past half hour, you'll notice some new changes on the RadioVisions page that as of next Friday, which is December 5th, 2008, our scheduling is going to change just slightly. We're going to start our live broadcast at 10:30 p.m. to midnight and see if that works any better for some of you out there. We've had some requests on if we could start a little bit later, so we're going to give that a try to see if that works out for everybody. And if it works out great, we'll continue with that. If not, we will try something different in January. But for the month of December, we are going to start doing the live broadcast at 10:30 p.m. to midnight. That's going to give us here at RadioVisions a little more time to start focusing on putting the music on the website. I know a lot of you are anxious to hear the music and see what it's all about, or I should say, hear what it's all about. I would like to say that if you are a musician and produce your own stuff, we still desperately need new and fresh music. And at this point in time, I know our website says we are looking for new age and cool jazz or smooth jazz music. But at this point in time, we will take anything. If you produce pop, rock, country, new age jazz, blues, techno, submit it to us, please. Like I said, at this point, we just need the music. And so please keep that in mind as you produce this, that you will need to print off a broadcasting form and mail that broadcasting form to us here at RadioVisions. So please remember that for every CD you send us, we will need a broadcasting form for that CD. A few of you have asked if you could email me your music, and I do not have a problem with that. You can email all the music you would like. The only stipulation is that I still need a physical broadcasting form from you. So you will still need to mail that, regardless if you send it with a CD or if you email me all your music. So please keep that in mind, that no matter how we get the music, we still need the broadcasting forms to accompanying all of that fun stuff. You know, the legal mumbo jumbo that everybody has to go through in life. So please keep that in mind. And here we are, like I said, on Friday night, getting ready to start another wonderful session. And like our website says, that every Friday and Saturday nights we will be doing a different topic. The topic might be paranormal. The topic might be about life. The topic might be, who knows what the topic might be. If you're interested in making up a topic, just send me an IM and let me know what topic you think we should be talking about, and we will do that. No problems. At any point in the night, if you would like to have a personal reading done, please feel free to send me an IM, and we will do a personal reading live on the air. So keep that in mind as well. Alrighty. So here we go into another wonderful evening of RadioVisions. Tonight we're going to pull a topic out of thin air, basically. And tonight's topic is going to be I don't know. How about holidays? Since we're right up and coming with the holidays, how about holidays? How many people actually celebrate the holidays out there? I know there's a lot of people that do. There's a lot of people that don't. What's your take on the holidays? Is it worth celebrating? Is it not worth celebrating? Is it too commercialized to celebrate? I know a lot of people gripe about that, saying when they were kids, Christmas was one thing, but nowadays it's totally something else. And I will agree with those people. I grew up in a household where we celebrated Christmas. I know some of you are in households where you celebrate Hanukkah or some other form of celebration during this time of year. And you guys may feel the same way, that what it was when you were a child, it's no longer that as an adult. And some of you that are still kids, enjoy this time as much as you can, because it could change for you. You never know. So keep that in mind, okay? So if you're out there and you want to share your experiences of what holidays was for you, please let us get those by IM and let us know what it was for you. When I was growing up, holidays were something different, something special. It was a big family gathering. We always went over to my great grandmother's house and spent Christmas Eve over there, celebrating with aunts and uncles and cousins and nieces and nephews and people I do not see any other time of year. Not saying they was a bad thing, I just didn't see them any other time of year. So that was always something fun and exciting to look forward to, was going over there. Because my grandparents at the time, when they put food out, let me tell you, they put food out. They put more food out than anybody I know. They put food out that could feed some third world countries. I mean, there was food to be had everywhere. But I know a lot of you out there go to gatherings in your own households, in your family's households and relatives and so on and so forth, that are in the same situation. The food is everywhere. Eat it up. Have a good time. And it's just always amazed me that we'd go over there, have a good time, and not really think about why we were there or what we were doing. We were there to see family, friends, and of course, exchange gifts. When you're a kid, gifts are a big part of the holidays. And if you're telling yourself they're not, well, you're probably not really a kid. But when you're a kid, gifts are a big thing. I understand that. Everybody loves to have gifts. But holidays, then and now. If you're just joining us, this is Darrah and this is RadioVisions, and we are talking about holidays. How do you celebrate them? Do you celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate Hanukkah? Do you celebrate anniversaries? What do you celebrate this time of year? So let us know what you celebrate. It would be a interest to me, and I'm sure everybody else out there that celebrates one thing, to learn more about celebrating other things. So if you're out there listening, give me an IM on what you celebrate. Let me know what it is. To be honest, I am not real knowledgeable on other holiday gatherings and events. I cannot tell you much about Hanukkah from my personal experience. I can't tell you much about any other celebration during this time of year because, like I said, I was raised in a household where we celebrated Christmas, and we still do to this day. Now, the people that celebrate traditional Christmas are those people who actually make gifts, make food, produce caring, loving feelings, basically. Unlike what I call commercialized Christmas today, these people who do commercialized Christmas are those that go out and spend more money than they really have and know what to do with, and buy gifts for everybody that, to be honest, really don't seem to appreciate it. Hopefully you are not any of these people. And I know you probably know some of these people. You may or may not admit it, but hopefully you're not one of them. Remember, if you're giving gifts this year, always keep in mind what you're giving and to who you're giving it to. Is it something they can really use? Is it something that you thought would be cool but thought they should use it? You know, what makes you give gifts to certain people? Is it because who that person is? Is it because what you think they need, they deserve? Take the time to reflect on that. Why are you giving this gift to that person? And I always wondered that sometimes. You know, you'll go to a family gathering and you'll exchange gifts or whatnot, and there's always somebody that gives you something. You open it up, look at it, and go, oh, gee, thanks, because you have no clue what it is. Don't know if you can use it or not, because you really don't know what it is. 10 to 1 later on down the road, you'll find some use for it. Most people do. which is kind of ironic because getting a gift, you have no idea what it is. You thank them, go on your merry way, and find a use for it. Guess that's human nature. It's been around since the beginning of time that if we have something, we're going to use it. I know people today don't always live by that philosophy. Have stuff and use it. Most people want stuff just because they want it, not because they need it, not because it's useful, just because they want it. Not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not necessarily saying that's a good thing either, but it makes the world go round. And I guess at this stage in life, that's all that counts, that the world goes round. So like I said, if you're out there and you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or some other form of celebration this year, regardless of what it is, please let me know what it is. Is it a big celebration like Christmas or Hanukkah is, or is it something that you just do with immediate family members and really don't involve anybody else? I would like to know more, and I'm sure everybody out there listening would like to know more as well. So like I said, tonight's topic is going to be holidays. What do you do for the holidays? And is the holidays really a celebration of life, or is it just a celebration nowadays? Kind of like Thanksgiving we just had. A lot of people consider that a celebration of life. A lot of people just don't know why they celebrate it. They just celebrate it because that's what they did when they were children. That's what their folks did when they were children, so on and so forth. So we're on this very mundane path of doing things over and over and over again. We have no clue why. So keep that in mind. Why are you celebrating the holidays? Is it because that's what you do? Or do you actually know why? Do you have your own specific reasons of why you celebrate the holidays? Are the holidays personal to you? Some holidays are very personal to me. I very much enjoy Halloween. I also very much enjoy New Year's Eve. And to me, New Year's Eve is more of a celebration than Christmas, due to the fact that New Year's Eve, we're celebrating something I feel is a little more tangible. For me, New Year's Eve celebration is a celebration of new beginnings. We are going to start brand new. Make the year something wonderful, something better. Try to move forward and not look back. Okay, we're not going to look back too far if we have to. Everybody looks back a little bit, I understand, but don't look back too far. Just keep moving forward. That's what counts. Learn from the mistakes you made. Push forward with the things you excelled in. And make something better for everybody. Not just yourself. Remember that. When you go to work and you discover a new way to do something, let everybody know what you discovered. And why is it better? Because that will not only benefit you, it will also benefit everybody around you. And if more people took that philosophy in life, that if they made things better and paid it forward, basically, things would be better a lot quicker, a lot faster, and everybody would be happy. Okay, well, maybe not everybody would be happy, but a lot more people would be happy, I personally think. Now, like I said, New Year's Eve is a celebration of new beginnings for me. Now, Christmas for some people is the exact same celebration of new beginnings. They just started a week early than New Year's Eve, which is great. And Christmas, you get gifts, or you give gifts. I think if everybody that normally has a huge Christmas, when I say huge, you know what I mean. Your idea of huge is buying for everybody you can. For some other people, huge is buying just one or two gifts for people, because that's all they can do. But whatever your idea of huge is, let's think of this. Instead of buying gifts for family members or friends at work or neighbors, what would happen if everybody that celebrated went out and bought gifts for total strangers? let's say people that really needed it, that lived on hard times. And I understand hard times are really prevalent this year due to the fact with all the layoffs here locally in Kansas. And I'm sure there are layoffs nationwide too in certain states like Washington, Detroit, and so on and so forth, where there's big manufacturing companies. These people are probably going to not have such a big Christmas as they typically would if they indulge in that sort of thing. Now, if they took and gave to total strangers that struggled just to pay their mortgage or struggled just to make a car payment, or worse yet, just struggled to pay utilities and buy food. Just think what you could do for them if you decided to adopt a family you didn't even know, have never met. Decided that instead of buying $1,000 worth of gifts for family members and stuff, you took that money and paid these people's house payment or car payment, or bought them 2 or 3 weeks worth of groceries. Would that make you feel good? Would you care? I would hope to think that it would make you feel good that you've done something for somebody that couldn't do it for themselves at that time. And in the process, later on down the road, when these people got on their feet again and started working things out, maybe they would do that for someone else. Wouldn't that be cool? How the idea of helping total strangers could make them want to help total strangers. And if we could just keep that motion going, I think this would be a lot better planet, world, and so forth. So keep that in mind next time that you're out taking a walk and see someone sleeping on the streets, or hear of someone that lives down the street that can't keep their utilities turned on because they no longer have a job, or their job just doesn't pay enough and they can't seem to find a better paying job or a newer one for whatever reason. Maybe we should start helping these people instead of just feeling sorry for them. So keep that in mind next time you're out and about. If you see a bell ringer, give them a little money. Or donate to one of your favorite charities this year. Do something to help somebody. I think that's really what the holidays are all about, is helping others in need. So keep that in mind. If you're just tuning in tonight, you're listening to Radio Visions, and I am Darrah. And if you've noticed the website when you were logging in, that you will notice that as of December 5th, 2008, our schedule is changing. We're going to start broadcasting from 10:30 p.m. to midnight. And this is going to give us here at Radio Visions a little more time to actually start streaming through some of the music that's been coming in and start posting some of the music. I shouldn't say posting because it's really not posting it. We're going to start airing some of the music. So, in order to air the music, we actually need more music than what we have. A few of you have been sending music in, and we do greatly appreciate it here. But we need more. And I also understand that the website still says that we're only accepting new age, cool jazz, or smooth jazz music. But at this point in time, we will be accepting any style of music, be it jazz, new age, techno, country, rock, pop, anything that you've produced that is yours, you would like to have possibly aired on Radio Visions. Send that to us with a broadcasting form that you can print off from Radio Visions' website. And we will start going through those, getting them posted within this coming month of December. So at the first of the year, we will have music streaming off our site. So keep that in mind if you would like to have your music streamed out for the whole universe to hear. Get it to us and we'll get it on. And for those of you who have sent stuff in and are wondering when we're going to post it or air it, that will be coming as of January 1st, 2009. We're still in the processes of learning how to do things here at RadioVisions because this is still new to us. Even though we're getting better at what we're doing, we're finding all the glitches, we're trying to take care of them and move forward as quickly as we can. So please be patient and we will get there hopefully by January 1st, 2009. And if you're still looking for things to do at your upcoming holiday parties, please remember that Darrah does offer some very unique shows. He offers the Psychic Party, which is a party that will accommodate any event that you could possibly have. It can accommodate the house parties. It can accommodate restaurant parties. It can accommodate hotel parties. It is an event where Darrah comes in, sets up a small table, typically in a different room from the rest of the guests. Then your guests can come in and have individual readings done throughout the night, and each guest that comes and has a reading done, Darrah will give them a free gift. That will be cool. Not only does your guest get a reading to see what's coming in the new year, they also get to take home a free gift to remind them of your party. So keep that in mind as well. If you're doing something a little bit more formal, we have some shows that will fit the formal crowd too. Now this is one of my favorites. I would suggest this show highly for New Year's Eve if you're doing a masquerade or a costume party. It is called The Stranger. Now the basis of The Stranger show is really cool. It is where everybody pretty much kind of knows who's going to attend your party, even though you're wearing costume. And I myself, Darrah, will show up as an unannounced guest. And as the night goes on, rumors will start flowing through the crowd of psychic readings, ghost stories, and other miscellaneous stuff to get people's interest piqued in who I am and what I do. And by the end of the night, I will be doing readings for people. And this is just a really fun way to make a party really pop and stand out. This one is very great for formal affairs, black tie affairs, costume parties. Those things that, even if it's not a costume party or a black tie affair, and you're just having a kind of an informal party, this is also a great way to do a party as well. Because no one likes to have a boring party, and trust me, none of the events that you could hire Darrah for is boring. So keep that in mind. If you're needing something a little more along the lines of stage shows, we can accommodate those too. Now, some of the most popular stage shows we do are Talking to the Afterlife. This is the art of reuniting loved ones with those who have already crossed over. This is an extraordinary event experience that changes the way you think about life and the afterlife. Imagine being able to confirm or get that last affirmation from your mom, your dad, Uncle Joe, Grandpa Bob, anybody that has passed over and you've still had a few questions left. They can still answer them. So Talking to the Afterlife is a great way to do a more of a stage style show or a stand-up show where everybody's involved, everybody gets to see and hear everything at the same time. Very good, very great show. Now, if you're in the business of fundraisers or entertaining business guests, this is one of the best shows you can do for a corporate event. Now, regardless if you are doing it for, like I said, a fundraiser or just entertaining out-of-town business guests, this show is called Imagine. Imagine an evening so extraordinary it goes beyond your senses. Imagine seeing someone painting who is blindfolded. Imagine audience members being transformed into artists and painting beautiful works of art, even if they can't paint. Imagine seeing members explain and describe artwork they can't even see. Can you imagine? Now this show is so cool. It is on the verge of hypnosis meets mentalism. I don't know how else to explain it. This is one of the coolest shows I've ever put together. Now you may have seen shows similar to this, but I can guarantee you haven't seen this one. And at the end of the evening, as I said, if you're doing this for a fundraiser or charity, all the paintings that get painted during the show can be auctioned off at the end of the night to also help raise money for the event. So keep that in mind. Now, if you're wanting to do like a psychic party at home or at a restaurant, and this is great for restaurants. So if you're in a restaurant and you're out there listening, please keep that in mind that this is fantastic for restaurants. It is called wine readings. Now, wine readings are a little more formal twist on the psychic party. It's where I'll come out and do wine readings. Wine readings, let me explain this. Wine readings are a little different than the standard psychic reading. A wine reading is where everybody will get a glass of wine at some point during the evening. Then they will come see me. I will take a little sample of their wine out of their glass and dribble it onto some business cards. And then I will do a reading based on what the wine tells me on their business cards. It is a little similar to reading tea leaves, I guess. But this is a new flair, something new that I believe I came up with. If somebody else out there is doing this, I'd like to know how you do it and so on, how you present it and so on and so forth. But right now, wine readings is a great formal twist on having a different style of psychic party. So keep that in mind. And if you're still looking for gifts for the holidays, remember, give a reading in a bottle. A psychic reading based on someone's name is a gift that I can guarantee they will not see coming. Especially for the people that seem to have everything, this is the ideal gift. It is beautifully printed on gold parchment paper with a black tassel wrapped around it, and it is shipped in a hand-picked glass bottle. Now we can ship those directly to your recipient of the gift you're giving, or we can ship them directly to you and then you can give them in person. And this is one of those gifts that they will keep around forever. And if you want to make it even a little bit more personal than just more than just a reading based on their name, send us a picture with it when you order it, and we will also incorporate the picture in the reading, or on the bottle, not on the bottle, but on the parchment paper. So keep that in mind, okay? Now going back to our topic, if you're just joining us, you're listening to RadioVisions, and I am Darrah. And tonight's topic is holidays. What do you do for the holidays? Do you celebrate Hanukkah? Do you celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate something else that isn't really a holiday, but you still celebrate it? Is it more of a anniversary, or is it something you just do? Is it... Explain it to us. I am me, and let me know what you celebrate, and we'll get it going and show everybody out there that there are other things out there besides the formerly known holidays like Christmas and Hanukkah and Christmaka. If you celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas, I know some people do, so we can incorporate that and say Christmaka is a official holiday, and so on and so forth. Like I was saying earlier, that in my household we were raised celebrating Christmas, which was a lot of fun when we were kids, because, Christmas is about seeing Santa Claus and all that other fun and wild stuff when you're a kid, which always amazed me if you really stop and think about it. This is the one time of year it's okay for some stranger to come in your house and give you gifts. Kind of bizarre, don't you think? But it's It is what it is. It's fun. It's great. Kids love it. Adults love it. I know some adults that are bigger kids than kids, so keep that in mind as well. And if you'd also like to have a reading done tonight, please IM me and we will do readings live on the air, and we will always do readings live on the air, so just cut in anytime you like and we will do readings, which is no big deal. So keep that in mind, and like I said, please IM me. Let me know what you do for Christmas. How do you celebrate it? Do you celebrate it with just you? Do you celebrate it with you and 600 other family members? Or is it really just 4 other family members that feel like 600? You know, please keep in mind how that goes. And also, let us know what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Do you like seeing all the relatives you normally don't see? Do you hate seeing all the relatives that you normally don't see? It's probably because you wouldn't be seeing them if you didn't like them. But that's neither here nor there. So let me know what you do, what you don't do. Keep that in mind as well. And if any of you out there have been listening in the past 2 or 3 weeks that we've been on the air live Fridays and Saturday nights, I do appreciate it. I would also like to take this time to remind you that as of December 5th, we will be changing the scheduling a little bit of the live shows. That as of December 5th, the live shows will be starting at 10:30 p.m. and go until midnight. And remember, we are doing this in order to give us a little more time to start incorporating music onto RadioVisions and start broadcasting that as soon as possible. Now, our broadcasting date for RadioVisions and music is January 1st. So keep that in mind, and if you have music you would like to submit but have not as of yet, please do so as quickly as possible. We need all the music we can. We also need the permission or the broadcasting forms filled out and mailed in with every piece of music submitted so we can use it legally. And we've had a few people ask if they can submit music by email. Yes, you may submit your music by email. The only downside to that is that I still need a broadcasting form to go with each piece of music you send. So you will still have to physically print one off and mail it to me. So keep that in mind. So if you send me one piece of music by email or 5,000, I will still need broadcasting forms for each individual piece of music you send. So keep that in mind. Or if you send an album or a CD that has 5 or 6 tracks on it, you can just name your album to whatever you want to name it if you haven't named it. Then that way you only need one broadcasting form for all 5 or 6 tracks or 10 or 20 tracks or however many tracks are on there. So keep that in mind as well. And holidays. What do you think? Good times to be had during the holidays? Or a pain in the backside? I know some years the holidays are great and wonderful. And other years holidays, yeah, they can be a pain in the backside. It depends on a lot of different factors, I guess. Some people just don't enjoy being with large groups of people. I can understand that because from time to time, I don't like being with large groups of people. And other times, being with large groups of people is really cool. Even if you don't mingle and socialize with them, it's cool to sit back in large groups and watch other people. Now, I don't necessarily condone this, but if alcohol is being used there that night, that is the best time to sit back and people watch. To watch some of your family members have a few drinks and loosen up and usually talk about things they probably shouldn't be. It can be amusing if you're on the outside looking in. Not so amusing if it's you they're talking about. So keep that in mind as well. But most importantly, have a great time this holiday season. And if you guys are using alcohol during the holidays, please, please, please be very careful with what you're doing. I can't stress that enough that it is a time of celebration, so please let's celebrate and not have anything tragic happen. So keep in mind, celebrate responsibly if there's alcohol involved. So if you're just joining us, you're listening to RadioVisions, and I am Darrah. And tonight's topic is holidays. But I think we should take this topic and split it off a little bit. We'll talk about holidays. Now let's talk about life. Life and holidays. Do they intertwine? Do they not? Is holidays really part of life? Yeah, holidays are a big part of life, especially if you can take the day off work, right? So keep that in mind. Now, life. What does life mean to you? We've kind of got a grasp on what holidays mean to some people. Like holidays mean to some people presents, gift giving, great food, more food than you know what to do with, and so on and so forth. Now life. What does life mean to you? Is life just something you get up and go to work every day, go through the motions, come home, go to bed, start your whole day over? For some people, that is life. That is what they do every day. There is no ifs, ands, ors, or buts. They get up, go through the motions, and that is life for them. Then there's other people that are struggling so hard just to get through each and every day that the rest of us seem to take for granted. Some of these people have illnesses. Some of these people are just been laid off work. Some of these people have not had work for months or even years. So keep that in mind whenever you think life is getting sucky for you. Think about what other people may or may not have. Does that put a little different perspective on why your life is kind of bad right now? Does it put a perspective on what you should be doing to make it better, to move forward, and to keep moving forward? I think it all does. Because no matter how bad my day gets, I always tell myself there's somebody out there having a worse day than me. I don't know if that is a right thing to say, but it does make me stop and think that how bad things can get. And I don't want to necessarily be in those days. Early on in my early adulthood, I had some really tough times. I understand what it's like not to be able to do everything you need to, as far as maybe pay all your bills every month, or deciding if you pay all your bills you're not buying food, or if you buy food you're not paying all your bills. I've been there. I understand some of those dilemmas. And you just gotta figure out how to run with them head on and move forward, you know? So keep that in mind as well. So here we are, talking about life, talking about parties, talking about holidays. What's your favorite holiday? Is your favorite holiday this time of year, where it's Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's? Or is your favorite holiday some other holiday like Easter, Halloween, St. Patrick's Day? That should be a bigger holiday than what it is, I think. That should be like the 8 days of St. Patrick's Day. Wouldn't that be cool? For 8 days, everybody would have to dress in green. And if you didn't, you'd be arrested. I don't know. That'd be kind of fun. I think it would be unique, to say the least. But who knows? Who knows? But what's your favorite holiday? 4th of July, Easter, Halloween, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day was a good holiday growing up. Always in school, and we'd get to pass out Valentines to other classmates and get Valentines from other classmates. Good times. So, what is your favorite holiday? Why don't you share that with us as well? That would be unique, I think, to find out more insights of why people celebrate what they celebrate and how they celebrate it. Like I said earlier, do you go all out to celebrate, or do you celebrate quietly at home with just you and maybe your family members, or you and the TV? Or how do you celebrate? And when you celebrate, is it really celebrating, or is it something you would do every day if you could? Something to think about. I guess that could be classified under things to make you think. Funny, funny. So, but moving on. Like I said, if you're just joining us, you're listening to RadioVisions, and I am Darrah, and we are here every Friday and Saturday nights doing live shows. Now, if you've noticed the website, our live shows will be changing slightly as of December 5th. The hours will be changing from 10 to midnight to 10:30 to midnight in order to give us a little more time here to finish putting together the music portion of RadioVisions. And as soon as we get that music portion put together, we will start broadcasting it. Our goal date for broadcasting music is January 1st, 2009. Keep that in mind, that you'll be able to log in, click on the broadcasting link, and hear music. I also understand that our website still says we are looking for new age and smooth jazz or cool jazz music. As of now, tonight, I am asking people to submit whatever style of music they want. If you produce rock and roll, if you produce country, if you produce techno, please send it to us. Print off a broadcasting form and send it to us. We're needing music desperately, basically, and the more music we have, the better off we'll be, and the more variety we can give you, the listener. So keep that in mind, that it does not have to be new age, it does not have to be jazz. As long as it's your music that's original and you give us permission to broadcast it, we would be happy to listen to it and broadcast it. So keep that in mind as well, okay? And if you're still looking for something to do for a holiday party or get together, please read over the website. Look at our parties that we have available. I do have a few dates still open, so keep that in mind, and we will try to get those dates filled, and everybody will have a good time. So, a lot of people ask me a couple questions about what I do. They want to know if I can travel to do shows. And the answer to that is yes. I actually travel nationwide. So if you're hearing my voice and you're actually in Florida and would like a book a show, feel free to call me. We'll get it set up. Or if you're in Washington, call me. We'll get it set up. There is no shows that are too big or too small. I can accommodate shows as small as 5 people, and I can accommodate shows as large as 5,000 people or more. So keep that in mind when you're thinking, oh, he can't do that, he can't do that. I've got a show for about every size group there is, so keep that in mind. And if you're wondering about prices, I actually have a price guarantee. I don't know if other performers do that, if you want to call what I do performing. But if you can provide proof of someone else's prices for the same style of shows or events I produce, I will match that price, and then I will give you 10% off that price. So I think that's a pretty good deal. So keep that in mind. And giving you that discount or the price guarantee, that is within reason, of course. I don't want to have to overextend myself and hurt myself, so keep that in mind as well. But 9 times out of 10, I can beat anybody's prices. So keep that in mind. And you are listening to RadioVisions, live internet talk radio, broadcasting live Friday and Saturday nights. If you'd like to ask questions or get readings done, you can IM me using the instant messenger to the right of the screen that you're looking at. And like I said, we are still looking for music, so if you got music, please send it in. We can use all the music we can get. It no longer has to be just as what we got posted on the website. It can be rock and roll, it can be country, it can be pop, it can be whatever you produce. If you think we'll like it, send it to us and we'll start using music. And while you're browsing through the website, checking it out, why don't you go to the contact page and sign up for the RadioVisions newsletter and special offers. Once a month we do a newsletter. So go to the contact us page and sign up for the newsletters. And the contact page is actually called Contact Us/newsletter page. And sign up for a newsletter. It goes out once a month. It goes out within the first week of each month. So if you just signed up a week or two ago, next week you'll be getting your first newsletter from us. So keep in mind that we only do it once a month because we here know that you don't want to get a whole lot of stuff sent to you constantly like some people do. We try to do it once a month and only once a month unless something special is happening. Then we will maybe send out a extra newsletter in a month, but that's very far and few between, to be honest. So keep that in mind as well. And if you're just joining us, you are listening to RadioVisions with Darrah. This is Friday night, November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving. And we all hope you had a great turkey day. And if you still have turkey left over, eat some more. Eat some more. That's what it's there for. It's to be eaten. So keep that in mind. And I do appreciate everybody that keeps tuning in to RadioVisions every weekend nights to listen to the live broadcast. Now, if you miss a live broadcast, don't feel bad. You can go back to the other link that says Broadcasting Past Shows and click on it and listen to some of the past shows that we've done. Now, as of January 1st, that link will disappear and it will reappear as Music Now. So you can click on that and get streaming audio music. And that will be a good deal. So remember, that will be happening hopefully January 1st, 2009, if we can get enough people to submit music. We are still in and out on that, so that's just one of those things that we need music desperately. So if you have music and produce it, send it to us, because we would really love to have your music to be able to broadcast. So keep that in mind. So tell me. What do you celebrate this time of year? Is it Christmas? Is it Hanukkah? Is it something else? Tell me what it is. IM me if you're listening live, or if you hear this later on as a rebroadcast. Why don't you email me then? It would still be nice to know, because then later on our broadcasts, when we do them live, we'll revisit certain topics. We might revisit this one. And if I have more information to share with people, I will. So keep that in mind as well. And like I said, the holidays is a strange thing. To some people, it is everything. They've waited all year for it. And to other people, they dread it. So keep that in mind. What do you do? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you dread it? Do you wish we wouldn't celebrate holidays? If so, explain why. Why would you not like to celebrate holidays? Or why would you like to celebrate holidays all the time? Keep that in mind. Interesting thought. Another thing to make you think. So keep that in mind. Looks like we've got our first reading for this evening. And it is Gloria, and Gloria wants to know what the holidays are bringing her. So Gloria, I see that in the next couple of weeks you're going to be dealing one-on-one more often with the public. So, and that feels more work related. So are you in public relations or something? Because I see you working with people throughout the year, but nothing like you do during the holidays. Is that correct? Oh, okay. You're in advertising, so you do work with people throughout the year. And this time of year, you just more people advertise, I guess. So you really work with them one-on-one. That's great. But this coming up month in December, something's going to change slightly, and it's not going to be really with people buying advertising. It's going to be more of the public round. I don't know if that means you guys are doing a charity event this year, but that's what it kind of feels like. So keep in mind that that's a possibility, and it will be a great thing to do if you can help out a charity of some sort. And it will also help you guys out too in the long run, if you know what I mean on that. How sometimes when you as a company will help out somebody, then the company can benefit from it in the long run. Right, okay. You guys do give to charities throughout the year, but this time of year you guys are really thinking on doing more because of the economy. That's great. That's great. But keep in mind that is actually going to happen. It's coming. So keep that in mind, okay? And you have a great evening. Bye-bye. Now, keep in mind that, like I said, anytime during the night, if you would like a reading, please IM me at any time and we will give you a reading, or I will. I say we a lot because it's a habit. I think if you would notice how you talk to people at times too, a lot of times it's not always I. A we will fall in there or an us will fall in there. So I think it just sounds a little bit better than always saying I all the time. So just keep that in mind. When I say we, typically I'm talking about myself. So when I say that we are going to do that to get music going, it's more likely it's going to be I am going to do that to get the music going. So keep that in mind as well. And if you're new to RadioVisions, this is a separate page from Visions by Darrah. There we go again, saying we. I am trying this radio station out to see what we can do and how great we can make it. I would like to be able to really push this out there and get it to be pretty well known. Somebody I work with on a more regular basis last week asked me what my goal was for this radio station. And I sat down and thought about it. And for one, it's to play great music eventually. Music that's not necessarily mainstream, music that you will not hear on regular broadcast radio stations. I want this to be your music. I want this to be music of the people, so everybody can get new and interesting stuff. But more importantly, I know there's people out there that would like to go see a psychic, go see a reader, go get some insight, or just be able to go to someone and talk to them, but they can't afford to do that. Because I do give private readings and I do charge for private readings. And I know that a lot of people can't afford to do that. So that's why I'm doing the live segments on Friday and Saturday nights, to give people a chance to IM me or email me and ask their questions and be able to get the input they need in order to correct what's going on in their life or to see what's coming in their life. So I guess I'm really doing this to help people in the long run. And that's really what I would like to do more and more of, is just to help people. So keep that in mind. If you can support us by submitting music to be broadcast throughout the week, it will help us stay here on the weekends doing the live shows. And eventually more and more people will want to listen to the live shows and not just listen to the music during the week, I hope. Or vice versa. If you just tune in for the live shows, maybe you'll start listening to the music during the week. And as of now, there is no music on RadioVisions. Most of you know that. Most of you will understand that on the other link that says broadcasting past shows, that's exactly what we're doing. We're taking all the live shows we do and rebroadcasting them 24/7 throughout the week, so you will have something to listen to if you missed a weekend show. And remember, if you're listening to a rebroadcast show and you still want to give your input on it, we would love that here. So email me in that instance. Now, if you're here live with me every night, you can IM me and we'll get things going that way. But like I said, the whole goal of the radio station was to bring you music that you wouldn't normally hear and to help people in the long run, give them a little guidance where they need it, where they might not be able to go and otherwise see a reader or go and talk to somebody. So keep that in mind. And if you're also out there listening live and you just need someone to talk to, not necessarily get a reading done or anything of that nature, but just need someone to talk to, this is a great forum for that as well. I would be happy to listen to all your problems, your insights, your pros, your cons, just what you're dealing with if that's what it needs to be. Remember, I am here for that as well. So keep that in mind. If you're just joining us, this is RadioVisions with Darrah. And tonight's topic was holidays and life, which is one and the same to some people, because some people live for the holidays and other people only live during the holidays, I guess. I don't know. We've talked briefly on things on how do you celebrate the holidays? Do you celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate Hanukkah? Do you celebrate Chrismukkah? Which, for those of you who don't know what that is, that's a combination of Christmas and Hanukkah. It just depends on how your family got together. You know, things happen. Always for the good. Good things always come out of good things. So keep that in mind, that if you grew up celebrating Hanukkah all your life and fall in love with somebody that celebrates Christmas all their life, it's a good thing to combine those things and have a great new holiday and appreciation for each other. So keep that in mind. Don't make one or the other give something up that they've done all their lives. To me, that would be almost wrong. Celebrate both, because it is a celebration of life, celebration of starting over. I think New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is more of a celebration of starting over, but some people think Christmas is, and by all means, if that's what you think, then that's what it is. It is a celebration of renewal, life, celebrating your beliefs, giving to people that can't help themselves, giving to family and friends, just having a good time in general. So keep that in mind as well. Now, what do we do from this point? We will do what we always do. Have a great time. Okay. I know. That was pretty random, wasn't it? But great. Gotta be random sometimes. Life is random. Might as well be random with it. Okay, we got another person that would like a reading. This person is Gary. Gary is from Indiana, he says, and he wants to know if the girl he just met 3 weeks ago and is kind of dating is going to turn into anything serious. Gary, guess what? You've got a nice, strong, reddish-orange glow about you, and that is great. Keep that glow going, because within this newness, this new love that you've got going on, it's actually going to travel. And when I say travel, that means it's going to last quite a while. And keep in mind that the disagreements you had last week over how you guys are spending the holidays, that's all it was, a disagreement. It's going to work itself out before the holidays get here, regardless what you celebrate. And this relationship is going to last quite a while. I actually see a ring involved in about 8 more months. So keep that in mind, that this is going to turn into something pretty serious, So take everything very seriously. Treat each other with respect. And with this orangish red glow I see coming from you, so far you guys are doing that. So keep that up. And most of all, celebrate each other. Okay? Thanks, Gary. I'd like to appreciate everybody that is I am in me tonight. Wow, say that real quick a few times. And wanting information, wanting reading. So if you're out there wanting a reading, please I am me, and I will get that going for you, and we'll keep it up and keep talking and so on and so forth. So what are you doing tonight? Did you have to work today? Are you just getting off work if you work a second shift job? Or are you just going to work? Or did you just get off one job and you're going to a second job? I have done all of those scenarios at one point or another in my life. I have worked first shift. I have worked third shift. I have worked second shift. I have worked 2 and 3 jobs at a time. So tell me, where are you at tonight? What are you doing? Are you at work listening to this? Are you at home? Are you in your car listening to this? Where are you at? Let us know what's going on. Let us know what you're doing for the holidays. Are you working the holidays so you're not going to be away from the family because you gotta continue to make a living to put the holiday there with your family? Let us know what's happening there. I'm curious. I'm curious about your holidays. What do you do for the holidays? Do you give gifts? Do you not give gifts? Do you just get together and appreciate everybody? Let me know what you do there as well. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to RadioVisions. And if you've read over the website a little bit on RadioVisions page, you'll see that some changes are coming. As of December 5th, 2008, RadioVisions will start broadcasting their live show from 10:30 p.m. till midnight. We're shortening it a little bit so we can start focusing a little bit more on putting the music together and getting it broadcasting, because we're going to start broadcasting music as of January 1st, 2009. So if you've already submitted music and have wondered when it would start being broadcast, now you know. January 1st, 2009. Now, if you produce your own music, please send it to us. We would love to hear it. Print off a broadcasting form and send it in with your music. And a few of you out there have emailed me wanting to know if they can send music via email. Yes, you can send your music via email. But please keep in mind, even if you do that, you still need to print off a broadcasting form and mail it to us here at RadioVisions. Because without that form, we can't broadcast it. And there's no getting around that issue. So we do need that form in order to broadcast any music from anybody. So keep that in mind. And that's why I'm really kind of begging you to send it in, because we need music. And I know our website still says that we are looking for music in the New Age area and the smooth and cool jazz area. But as of today, right now, as you're listening, we will be accepting any style and genre of music. So regardless of what you produce, print off one of those forms and mail it in to us here. The more music we can get, the better we can make this station. So keep that in mind, that this is basically a public station. No music gets broadcast unless you send it to us, so send it in. And good times will be had by all. So if you're just joining us and you're wanting to know what tonight's topic is holidays and life. Which celebrating life and celebrating the holidays is one and the same to some people, and to other people it is totally different, opposite ends of the universe, if you will. So tell me why you celebrate the holidays, and what holidays are you celebrating this coming month? Is it something traditional like Christmas and Hanukkah? Or is it something that's not quite as mainstream, but it is to you because you celebrate it every year with your family and friends? So let us know what it is so we can share it and make everybody a more informed and knowledgeable people. Now, if you're listening to my voice and you're in a different country, because we are broadcasting from Wichita, Kansas here in the United States, but if you're in a different country listening to this, what do you guys celebrate? Do you still celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah? And what is your twist on it? Is it like we do here in the United States, or is it different? Tell me how it's different, how it's better, or is it worse? Let us know. Send me those emails, send me those instant messages. Let me know what it is. I'm curious. I'm sure our listeners out there are curious too, so keep that in mind as well. Tonight we're talking about holidays. What do you do for the holidays? Do you do anything at all? Do you get together with all your family and friends? Or do you just simply go out to dinner, then go home to a house and watch TV all night? Everybody's got their own ideas of what a great holiday is and isn't. So what's yours? What makes your holiday better than someone else's? Or what makes it not better than someone else's? And remember, everybody out there listening, that we here at RadioVisions are still in a learning curve on broadcasting stuff, so bear that in mind, and we're still learning some of the ins and outs of how to do stuff. And so every once in a while, if you click on a link and nothing happens, that's just because we've had a glitch, and we've had a lot of them in the past month almost that we've been broadcasting. Granted, we've only been doing the live shows on the weekend, so we've really only been broadcasting live 4 hours a week. And you can listen to these shows being rebroadcast anytime you want by clicking on the rebroadcasting link. Keep that in mind as well. Here's a thought. Tell me what you would like to hear on RadioVisions when we do the live shows. Would you like to hear more readings being done? Would you like to hear more topics being discussed? And if so, what topics would you like to have discussed? Submit those. Submit topics. Submit research for the topics. That would be kind of cool. Do you guys want to talk about ghosts and goblins? Or is that strictly a Halloween show? Do you want to talk about why we wear blue jeans instead of green jeans or purple jeans? Or, we can go just as bizarre as you like. We can go just as commonplace as you like. So keep that in mind as well. We've got someone else that is looking for a reading, and we're going to call this person Aim Guess because they did not supply a name, but that is okay. No need to. I do prefer it when you guys supply a name, because it does not have to be your own name. So if you're thinking I'm trying to weasel out information from you, I'm not. It can be a made-up name. It's just, I think it sounds better if I can call you by a name instead of by Aim Guest. So keep that in mind. And you were wanting to know if the job that you're starting Monday is going to be a full-time job and last for a while. Actually, it's not going to be a full-time job right off the bat. Actually, it won't be a full-time job until after the holidays. So keep that in mind when they said it was a seasonal job, if you will. That it is going to be, but between now and the end of the month, which is the month I'm talking about, is December, not November. But at the end of December, they're going to find you to be a more valuable person than they thought originally, and they're going to want to bring you on full time. So around January 10th to maybe the 15th, you're going to find out that they're going to want to keep you full time. They're going to offer it to you around then. So keep that in mind, that things are going your way. So that is going to be a very successful event for you. And when they bring you on full time, they're actually going to give you a small pay raise, because what they're paying their holiday people is pretty much minimum wage. And when they bring you on full time, that's going to be bumped up quite a bit from what you're making as the minimum wage almost status. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, you've got this little spot that's following you around. It's a dark spot. You're actually in a yellow light, which is really good. Because everybody out there listening, if you can keep yourself in a color spectrum of yellow, life will be so much easier for you. Because in that color spectrum, you're not really stressed. Because if you're stressed, you're more in the blues and the blacks and the darker colors and the purples. And you don't want to be in those areas. You want to be in the lighter colors, like the reds, the yellows, the oranges, and if all possible, white. But right now that you are in the yellow area, so stay there, and that's probably why this job is going the way it's going for you. So keep that in mind. And but this little black dot that's following you is some stress that's trying to poke into your life. So I hope I've answered that question, and that little stress dot should start dissolving within the next few days. So, okay, does that make sense? Great. And thanks for IMing me. So keep that in mind, that if you would like your reading done, just send me an instant message and we'd be happy to switch over and do readings for you. But until then, we will be talking on about other things. If you haven't booked a Christmas party yet, please do so with me. I've got a few dates left open. So give me a call and we'll get those booked up for you. Or you can send me an email as well. We can do it that way. But if you have a specific date in mind, it might be safer to call to make sure that no one else gets that date. Just keep that in mind as you go through the motions of doing that. Okay, so tell me what you do for the holidays, because our topic tonight was holidays and life. So what do you do for the holidays? How do you celebrate it? What do you do? Interesting. Do you go through the motions like everybody else does? Do you make things happen? Do you make things not happen? What is the best thing that you've ever done for a holiday? Is the best thing you've done for a holiday is stay home all by yourself? Or is the best thing you've done was giving a total stranger a Christmas present? What do you do and how do you do it? What makes a holiday for you? I would like to think that giving gifts is a good thing, but it would be a better thing if you could give gifts to people you don't even know. People that really need it, that are down on their luck. They may have recently been involved in all the major layoffs that are happening nationwide and worldwide. Or maybe there's someone that has a job still and they just can't quite make ends meet for whatever reason. Maybe their house payment went up, or their rent went up, or their utilities have all gone up recently, and what they're making just isn't cutting it anymore. They have to make decisions like, do I pay the gas bill or do I buy groceries? So maybe it'd be nice if instead of giving gifts to people that you know and love, how about giving them to total strangers? Isn't that what the holidays are about? Helping people in need? I personally think we should help people in need all year long, but some people don't think about that until the holidays roll around. So keep that in mind. Give a little bit where you can, or if you're on the other end of this and need a little bit, please let it be known that you need a little help this time of year. There are organizations out there that would be willing to help you if you just let them know about yourself, your situation. I know a lot of you out there do need help. I know a lot of you out there are just kind of embarrassed by it because this is the first time you've ever needed help. But trust me, ask for it. I know it might mean that you got to swallow your pride a little bit, but please ask for it. And if you're just joining us, this is RadioVisions with Darrah. I am Darrah. Tonight our topic is holidays. What do you do for the holidays? Let me know. Now, if you're listening to this as a rebroadcast, email me what you do for the holidays and how you do it. And what holiday are you celebrating this month? Let us know that as well. There's so many things out there that we'd like to know about, everybody. Knowing new things about other people makes everybody a little bit more enlightened on the way the world works. Makes everybody a little bit smarter on the way the world works. And it also makes everybody get along a little better. Because before you can get along, you really need to understand why people do what they do. Remember that. Next time you see somebody doing something, don't just automatically assume that they're strange or they're got problems or whatnot, unless you know what they're doing and why they're doing it. And then it might make perfect sense to you. Might make enough sense to you that maybe you want to join them. So keep that in mind when you hear and see something. Don't just blow it off because that's not what you believe or what you understand. Know a little bit more about it before you make a decision. Because a well-informed decision is better than any other kind of decision you can make. Alrighty? Keep that in mind. If you've just joined us and you've been reading over the website, you'll notice that there's some changes coming up. As of December 5th, 2008, our live broadcasting show will be switched over to 10:30 p.m. to midnight. And that will be coming December 5th, 2008. So keep that in mind. And if you've been joining us the past few weeks at 10 o'clock every Friday and Saturday, I do appreciate that greatly. But next weekend it will be at 10:30 to midnight, so keep that in mind. That's going to give me here at RadioVisions a little more time to start working a little harder and heavier on putting the music together to get that broadcasting. And we still need music. We need a lot of it. So if you produce your own music, please print off a broadcast form and mail it to us here at RadioVisions. At this point in time, we are taking any style of music. So whatever you produce, send it to us. It can be rock and roll, it can be country, it can be new age, it can be jazz, it can be just about anything. Now keep in mind, we do have the right to broadcast whatever we want. So if you submit something and it does not get broadcast, please don't feel bad. We are hoping to get enough music in that we will have a hard time picking and choosing. But as of right now, we need to make it hard to pick and choose. So send everything in. I'm encouraging you and I'm begging you, please send it in. So if you're just joining us, this is Darrah and we're talking about holidays. What do you do for the holidays? How do you do it? Do you get in a car and drive 7 hours to go see great grandma and great grandpa? Or do they come to you? Or do you just sit at home because the holidays are just you? And a good movie or a good book? What is it? What do you do? Share it with us. If you'd like, you can share it with the instant messenger that's on the website that you're looking at, or you can send it to us via email. Now remember, the emails that we get, we check and respond to as quickly as we possibly can, so send us all the emails you can and we'll be happy to get back with you on all those. And today is November 28th, 2008, and I hope everybody had a great Turkey Day yesterday. And I hope everybody had plenty of leftovers so they can keep making themselves feel full and bloated until the end of next week. So keep that in mind. So here we are, Friday night, talking about holidays. Let's put a twist on this. What is your favorite holiday? I believe I said that earlier in the night. What is your favorite holiday? Why do you celebrate it? And how do you celebrate it? Are you more a Thanksgiving fan and the rest of the holidays really don't matter? Or are you more of a Easter sort of fan and the rest of the holidays really don't matter? I would like to know why and how. So let me know on what holiday you are madly in love with and explain why. Like I said earlier, I'm curious about this thing. I know everybody celebrates differently, so how do you celebrate? How do you celebrate Easter? How do you celebrate Thanksgiving? How do you celebrate Christmas? Is Christmas what you celebrate? If it is, how do you celebrate it? Or if you celebrate Hanukkah, how do you celebrate that? What is your own family traditions on these holidays and subjects? Do you guys try to make something new every year happen? Or do you just do the same old every year? There's nothing wrong with tradition. Sometimes it's good to shake it up a little bit every now and then, just to make it so not every yearish, mundane-ish, whatever you want to call it. And remember, if you haven't been over the entire website yet, this would be a good opportunity to do so. Go over it, check it out, and let me know what you think. Let me know if there need to be improvements to the website. Is the website easy to read, easy to navigate? Or do you think there could be better ways to do it? Let me know. I'd appreciate it. In other words, how about this? Let's have a rate this website. So read everything you can on the Visions by Darrah website. Send me an email telling me the pros and cons. And rate it if you will. I would appreciate that input. Because the easier and the better I can make the website, the more traffic we'll have on it, and the better chances of getting more music out of that to post and produce, and a good time will be had by all, I hope. So let me know what you think of the website so far. Do you enjoy it? Do you not enjoy it? Like I said, let me know. So let me know what you think. So check out the website. Tell me what you think of the website. And if you've listened to some of the rebroadcast shows, or if you listen live every night that we're on live, let me know what you think of the show in general. Do you think our format needs to change again? Because this is the second weekend we've used the format of different topics for each night. Let me know what you think. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Or should we just have a standard topic every single night we're live, like strictly readings only or strictly ghost stories? I've been tinkering with the idea of maybe having a guest host on Friday nights or Saturday nights, so it's not always me that you're listening to. If you think that would be a great idea, let me know what you think, and how should we do it? Should they strictly come in and be able to do readings like myself? Or should this person be able to come in and host their show any way they want it for that evening. Interesting idea. Pros and cons. I'm throwing everything out there I've been thinking of in the last week. So let me know what you think. Should we have guest DJs on the air? Personalities, whatever you would like to call them this day and age? Or should we keep it exactly the way it is? Let me know what you think. What changes need to be made? What changes need to be kept? Should we not make any more changes at all? It's all out there for you guys. Because like I said, the whole idea of this website and this radio station is to help you. To give you guys music that you normally wouldn't hear anywhere else in the world. That's why we're asking people who produce their own music to produce it, send it to us, let us use it. So we can get your name out there. That's what it's about. Because we will put your name out there with every time we use your music. You will get recognition in some way, shape, or form for producing what you've produced. So keep that in mind. If you want to be recognized for producing a certain piece, you will be. And if you don't want to be recognized for that piece, I would suggest you don't submit that piece. But we do need you to submit all the music you can. And if you have been listening long enough tonight, you'll understand that we are no longer just taking two genres of music right now. We are taking anything that we can get our little hands on. So if you do rock and roll, country, pop, relaxation, send it to us. Print off that broadcasting form and send us your music. We would like to start getting tracks laid down this coming week and next week and the week after, so we can get tracks broadcasting as of January 1st, 2009. That is our goal, is to start putting music, is to start broadcasting music live, well not live, but broadcasting music 24/7 from RadioVisions, January 1st, 2009. So keep that in mind as well. And right now we are looking for any style of music. So keep that in mind as well as too. Now, going back to what do we do for the holidays? Let me give you a rundown of what my holiday is like. Now that my kids are in their mid to late teens, we gather them up and we celebrate Christmas. So we celebrate it on Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day. I know a lot of you do Christmas Day celebrations, and we always have on Christmas Eve. It was just easier for us to get all the family members together on Christmas Eve, and so that's how we've always done it. And nowadays we get together and we all congregate at one particular house. It might be mom's house, it might be an aunt's house, an uncle's house, a grandpa's house, but we all end up at one house and celebrate. So what do you guys do? Do you guys do the same thing? Do y'all climb in your cars, drive across town or to the neighboring city or town and just to celebrate one evening and have a good time? Or do y'all have to travel further than that? Do you have to drive 2 or 3 days to get there? Do you have to go get a plane and get there in 6 hours instead of having a 4-day driving marathon? How do you celebrate it? How do you do it? Like I said, we celebrated Christmas growing up, and we still do. And like I said, we get together, we drive across town, celebrate with Grandma and Grandpa, and my kids still enjoy it. And it's kind of funny when you're young, you really don't think about this, but however you celebrate the holidays with whatever you celebrate, I think you take it for granted when you're a kid because you get gifts, you have food, you have a good time. And when the kids start growing up, things start changing. People get older, They don't want to do as much. They don't want to party as much. Whatever. And I don't think you really notice that until you get older and feel like, wow, I used to go see Grandma and Grandpa. Then we left there and went to see Aunt so-and-so and Uncle so-and-so. Then we left there and we drove over to all our friends' house, and it made the night last until midnight or 1 a.m. every Christmas Eve or whatnot. Nowadays, you get out and it's okay, we've been here 2 hours, I want to go home. Isn't that kind of ironic? That things like that happen? You get old, you don't want to spend all those hours doing what you used to, making all those runabouts and decisions. Now it's more of, man, when will the night be over? Welcome to old age, or at least getting older. It's like I said, how do you cope? How do you celebrate? Let me know. Like I said, December's just starting, so email me, how do you celebrate the holidays? And what holidays do you celebrate? Let us know that. Give us as much detail as you would like. Give us as little detail as you would like. But let us know how you celebrate the holidays. I find it fascinating how other people do stuff. And the more I learn that way, the more rounded I am, I'd like to think. So keep that in mind. What do you celebrate and how do you celebrate it? Share it with us so we can share it to the world. That is the whole point of this. Helping people help other people. Or helping people understand other people. That's the biggest step right there. And if you're just joining us, you're listening to RadioVisions, hosted by Darrah every Friday and Saturday nights. And if you've read over the RadioVisions website page, you'll also understand that as of December 5th, 2008, which is next weekend, we'll be broadcasting 30 minutes later from 10:30 to midnight. And we're doing that just to try to see if it helps with the scheduling that everybody's having conflicts with here at RadioVisions. So I hope that helps out. And if you don't like the new scheduling, let us know that as well, that you would rather not have a schedule like that. Maybe you would rather have the schedule left the way it is, from 10 to midnight. Maybe you would like it even earlier. Maybe you would like it even later. Please let me know what you would like as far as the scheduling goes with the live shows. And like I've been touting all night long, if we get enough music and I can get enough tracks laid down, we will start broadcasting music 24/7 as of January 1st, 2009. That is our goal for the music aspect of RadioVisions. And let us know what you think of the changes we've made over the past few weeks. And those that have been with us from the very beginning, I appreciate you. You'll know that we've had some technical difficulties with the server and everything else out here in techno world. I love technology, don't get me wrong, but man, when it has problems, doesn't it? So, wow. Maybe that will be a topic. The problems with technology. That could be several topics, actually. So, and this holiday season, are you getting anybody special, something that's really, really cool, or what you think is really, really cool? Or are you buying everything you're giving away this year, or are you making it? Or are you just copying out and giving money? I know a lot of people that do that. They just give money as gifts anymore. And their thing is it's just easier. I don't know what to go buy Billy or Susie or Johnny anymore. It's just easier to give them money. You know how them teenagers are. I hear that a lot from people. And at times I think it's okay to give money. But if everybody gives you money for a holiday gift, doesn't it make the holiday gift giving season kind of blah? I think so. I like to open gifts for the holidays. Not saying I want people to give me stuff, but when they do give me stuff, I like the excitement of opening them. I guess I'm still a big kid at heart. I think a lot of you out there will be able to identify with that aspect of being a big kid at heart, being able to open that package, the thrill of opening and seeing something new that you didn't know was coming is always cool. And like I said earlier, what are you giving? Why don't you email me? Let me know what you're giving. Are you giving homemade gifts? Which I personally really like, are homemade gifts. Or are you buying gifts to give out? And if you're buying them, what are you buying? Are you buying electronics? Are you buying clothing? Are you buying sports equipment? What are you buying? And why are you buying it for these people? Is it simply because that's what they asked for? Or is it more along the lines of, I would really like one of these, but I'm going to buy it for so-and-so first to see if they like it and how it really works? And to be honest, I've been guilty of that one. If I've liked something, I kind of hope somebody else would like it, so that's what they got for Christmas. Hey, like I said, I grew up celebrating Christmas just like a lot of you out there have. And I know a lot of you out there have grown up celebrating Hanukkah or some other aspect this time of year. So whatever aspect of a holiday you celebrate this time of year, let me know what it is. How do you celebrate it? Is it more about getting gifts or giving gifts? Is it more about neither one of those? Is it more about just spending time with family? Sometimes that's a gift all in itself, is spending time with family. That can be one of the most precious gifts you can do, is spend time with somebody. You may not think about it or even acknowledge it at the time, but spending time with family members or total strangers can be more than just rewarding. Can actually solve problems before they actually happen. So keep that in mind as well. And if you still got some holiday parties that you're trying to book something for, read over the website really close, because I offer some great shows that work great during the holiday parties. I went over them earlier tonight, but instead of going through all of them again, please read over the shows that we offer and call me immediately, because I only have a handful of dates left. Maybe we can work it out so one of those dates that you need will be one of the dates we have left. That would be cool. So give me a call as soon as you can on that, and we'll be happy to book those shows with you. So keep that in mind. So, tell me how you cope this time of year. Do you work a lot of overtime? Do you not work at all this time of year? Do you even have a job this time of year? Were you one of the people in one of the layoffs? Or worse yet, one of those people in a situation where your company closed down altogether and there's no chance of going back to it later because they've closed up? How are you coping with this time of year? Let us know that as well. Email me. Let me know. You can instant message me as well using that instant messenger to the right of the web page that you see right there. So keep that in mind. So here we are, Friday night, the day after Thanksgiving. Still recuperating from eating too much yesterday for most of us. And I've always wondered this time of year, do the companies that produce Rolaids and Tums and Digel and all those, do they see a influx in sales this time of year? Be kind of funny to find out. Kind of interesting to know what it is that everybody does this time of year. Do you eat too much? You need to go eat a roll of Rolaids or a roll of Tums or a package of Digel? Like I said, what do you do? Do you not celebrate Thanksgiving at all? Some people don't. It's just another day for them. I kind of feel that way about my birthday. Oh, it's just another day. Don't worry about it. It's just a birthday. I'm old enough. I don't need reminders to know that every year I get older. I used to know some people that say they're going to celebrate birthdays until they're 400 years old. Why? Because the loot is too good to give up. They enjoy getting birthday presents. I've always had to laugh at them and chuckle, but I can understand that. When I was a kid, I thought birthdays were outstanding. All the stuff I would get, wow. Nowadays, I don't care if I get gifts. How many people are out there like that? That you do not care if you get gifts. The whole idea is to give them. Keep that in mind. Do you like getting gifts or you like giving gifts? What does it for you in the holidays? Giving or receiving? Or is it a combination of both? I had a discussion earlier with a friend of mine that he asked me what I wanted for Christmas, which was kind of ironic because somebody yesterday during Thanksgiving asked me the same thing. And honestly, I looked at them and said, I want nothing. I want nothing for Christmas, so don't buy me anything. And my friend's point of view today was, maybe that's the way I felt, but maybe I was depriving somebody else the pleasure of giving me something. Now, how true that is, I don't know. But then again, I don't know that it's not true either. So remember, those people that are on your list that won't tell you what to give them, do some soul searching and get them something that really fits them. Make it your own personal challenge that you will give them something that works for them. You know? Just because you don't know what to get somebody or they say they don't want anything, get them something. Even if it's a Christmas card or a Hanukkah card, give them something to say that you care, you thought about them, you love them. Give them something. We've got Stacy that would like a reading tonight. Okay, Stacy, what do we got going on? Stacy's wanting to know what's coming up in the new year. Okay, good question. Stacy, for you, not a whole lot's going to change until about March, between March and April, which gives you a few months to try to figure out where you're headed, I guess. Keep in mind that the changes that are coming are almost work related, so I'm also getting the feeling that you've been thinking about changing jobs, or not just changing jobs, but changing vocations altogether, from going out of what you were doing, which feels like a sales job to me, into something a little more steady, a little more everyday, like a manufacturing job almost. Am I close on that? Oh, you were thinking about going into manufacturing, but you don't know now because of all the recent layoffs. Okay, I understand that one. Actually, that change is going to work for you, but it's going to come in about the latter half of March. So keep that in mind, and it's actually going to be in manufacturing, which is going to kind of throw you off a little bit because that same company will be halt or put a hold on what they do until almost the middle of January, and then like all heck's going to break loose for them, and they're going to need more people than they know what to do with. So keep that in mind. And so you've got changes coming up in the work area that are going to work out for you, so keep that in mind as well. And your new year looks very positive, looks very easygoing. So keep that in mind as well, okay? And I hope that helped you out. And Thank you for letting me do a reading for you. Now, like I said earlier, that I'm here for you guys, okay? If you want a reading at any time during the night and I'm just sitting here babbling, don't feel bad for interrupting me. Say, hey, I'm so-and-so. I would like a reading. And we'll go get you a reading. That's what I'm here for, is to help you. So keep that in mind. And if you haven't read the website totally in the past 2 hours, you will notice as of December 5th, 2008, we will be changing our broadcasting for our live broadcasting. It will no longer start at 10 p.m. It will start at 10:30 p.m. So keep that in mind. And this is to give me and us here at RadioVisions a little more time to start laying the tracks down to do our music broadcasting, which, if everything goes according to plan, our music broadcasting will start happening January 1st, 2009. So we do need more music, and keep that music coming in 24/7. Please, please, please. But with everything you send us, we do need broadcasting forms to accompany it, because without those forms, we can't play it. So keep that in mind as well, okay? And I always like to thank everybody that has given me their support in the past few months of doing RadioVisions. Some people have heard me talk about it for a while, of doing something like this, but I had never done it. And then one day out of the blue, I went from doing nothing to doing everything basically overnight. And that was kind of a whirlwind, if you will. So here we are about a month later. And I say about a month, it hasn't been quite a full month, because we started this really the first half of, or the beginning of November. So we're almost into this. After this weekend, I guess you could say this will be our first month. And we've got a lot of the technology side of it done. No more glitches, I hope. And if we do have some more glitches, please bear with us, that we're working on it hard. I am trying to make those go away. So keep that in mind as well. And if you can suggest improvements or suggest show formats, please do so. I would be very open to that. So email me that information. And sign up to the newsletter while you're at it. Go to the Contact Us / newsletter page and sign up for the newsletters. The newsletters come out once a month. I try to send them out sometime during the first week of the month. So if you signed up for a newsletter anytime during November and you have not got a newsletter, because we only do it once a month, and that's usually in the first week of the month, which means next week a newsletter will be going out, letting you know all the wonderful, new and exciting things we're doing here at RadioVisions. And I always like to, and remember, a lot of times you will know what's going on in a newsletter, sometimes a week or two before we actually announce it here at RadioVisions Online. So keep that in mind, that you may know something before everybody else does. What a wonderful incentive to sign up for the newsletter, to know something before everybody else knows it. Wouldn't that be cool? I think so. So keep that in mind as well, that signing up for the newsletter, you will only get a newsletter once a month, unless something so earth-shattering happens that we have to share it with you before then. Then you might get 2 during that month, but not very often that happens. Okay? So keep that in mind. And keep in mind that this radio station is here for you, the listeners. So if you, like I said, if you have ideas on what type of formats you would like to see, or what type of music we should play, please let us know here at RadioVisions. Just email us, let us know what's going on in your world and what you would like to hear and not hear, and so on and so forth. And once again, I would like to thank everybody that has helped me out over the past few weeks and put up with me over the past few weeks. This has been learning experience, one that I didn't think I would have to do, but nothing is ever easy, as most of you know that. Nothing is ever easy. Even when you're using electronics and everybody tells you, oh yeah, this software will take care of that, or this component will take care of that. It always does to a degree, but it doesn't quite take care of everything, it seems like. And that is so frustrating at times. I won't lie to you, that is frustrating. But that's another topic we can hit on some night. Technology. The pros and cons. Man, that'd be more than one night's worth of technology, of topics. That could be like weeks and weeks and weeks worth. Because technology changes so darn quick anymore. You can go out today, which is called Black Friday, because it's the day after Thanksgiving where all the great sales are. Well, regardless if you go shopping or not on the day after Thanksgiving. You could buy a brand new computer today, and before next Friday, that computer is almost obsolete, if not obsolete. How silly is that? How strange is that? Technology changes that quick, that fast. It's pretty scary, isn't it? Knowing that you could buy a computer, a car, a TV, and within a month or two, it's obsolete because there's something bigger, badder, newer, blah, 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 out there. Which brings us back to the holiday question I asked earlier. Are you given technology as presents this year? And if so, what are you given? Are you given TVs? Are you given iPods? Are you given other forms of MP3 players? Whose are you buying and why are you buying them? Are you buying them because they're cheap? Are you buying them because they were just on sale? Are you buying them because it's a brand name and you're a brand name type of person and you have to have the best, so that brand name represents the best? Tell us why you're buying and what you're buying. I'd like to know that as well. Maybe that will be a topic later on down the road. Why do you buy stuff? And what stuff do you buy most often? That'd be a cool topic, I think. So we'll keep that in mind for later on down the road. Now remember, if you're listening to this as a rebroadcast and you still want to give your 2 cents worth, send it to me via email. Because in that way we can revisit these shows later on down the road and talk about what people suggested by email and what happened the night of the actual broadcast, so on and so forth. And if you enjoyed last week's broadcast, we were doing one on happiness. What is happiness? That was unique due to the fact that everybody's idea of what happiness is so different, so different. And I would like input on that show as well still. What is your happiness? Is your happiness involved in the holidays? So keep that in mind. And keep in mind that you are listening to RadioVisions with Darrah every Friday and Saturday nights. Central Time, that is. So, here we are winding down the evening now. Wondering what's going on. Did you come in and get enough turkey? Are you still eating turkey? How many people have enough turkey to last them the rest of this week? Yeah, that's what I thought. There's quite a few of you. Quite a few of you. Oh, we've got one more person that would like a reading. This is Jennifer, and Jennifer needs to know what her job is going to bring her. Jobs is a big topic tonight, it sounds like. Or it seems like. Jennifer, financially you are very stable and set in your job aspect, so don't worry about it too much. I mean, you're not going to lose your current job until you want to lose it. Because I got a feeling that's where you're going. and the financial responsibility that you think you need to maintain is why you're looking at other jobs, and you applied for a job about 2 months ago and you've never heard anything about it, they're actually going to call you within the next 2 weeks and ask you for a job interview. I would highly suggest that you go do that, due to the fact that they're going to offer you something that you don't currently have, and that's really what you've been looking for. So keep that in mind as well, okay? And okay, I'm seeing in the background that you've got something going on with a silver bracelet, and it looks like the clasp on the bracelet has been damaged or it doesn't work right. I was going to tell you to keep that in mind before you lose it, but you've actually already lost it. Go into your bedroom and look on the floor in front of the dresser, because it's actually shoved up just under the dresser a little bit. So what happened is you put it on one morning before you were actually walking out of the room. The clasp wasn't on right and it fell. But it is up underneath the dresser, and you've just been missing it barely with your vacuum cleaner when you vacuumed the last couple times. So get on all fours and look under the dresser and you'll see it. Okay? And that makes sense to you, right? Yes, good to know. So keep that in mind and know that things are going to be looking your way and the job's going to work out. And thanks for IMing me tonight. Like I said, that's why we're here. We're here to help you, to do readings, to get you through the problems that you're having and the doubts that you're having. So feel free to IM me anytime you can, okay? And if you can't IM me when we're doing a live show, send me an email if you're listening to this as a rebroadcast, and I'll try to take care of you. If I can, if I have the time. I can't guarantee I'm going to answer all the emails, because I get an awful lot of them as of now. So keep that in mind. If I don't get back with you, just try to break back in during another live show, and I'll get you taken care of during the live show. Because that's really why we're here, is to do the live shows to help the people that can't come see me on a regular basis for a personal reading, or can't afford to do a personal reading. So that's why we're having the live show, so I can reach as many people as I can to give them what they need. Alright? Now we're winding down the show tonight, and it's getting close to that time of where we're going to have to be saying goodbye. And I would like to thank everybody once again that has helped me and put me through what all this is, because some nights this has been a booger of a night to get through. We've had, like I said, in the past month, a lot of technical problems that we finally got fixed here. And we still need music. We need lots of music. Lots and lots and lots of music so we can get broadcasting. And our goal is to start broadcasting January 1st, 2009. So keep that in mind, that you need to submit all the music you can. And every time you submit music, we need a broadcasting form to be submitted with it so we can actually use it. So keep that in mind as well. And at any time during any of the live shows that you have comments or concerns, please IM me or send me an email after the show. And at any time that you are listening to this show as a rebroadcast, keep in mind that if you want to chime in on one of the topics, you can send me an email. And in one of the future shows, when we revisit this topic, we will bring up all the mail we got corresponding to the topic. And tonight's topic was holidays and life, because life and holidays go hand in hand, and we were really wanting to know, how do you celebrate the holidays, and what holidays do you celebrate this time of year? So keep that in mind as well. And I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and I think as the time winds down, we are going to thank everybody for being there and helping us through these difficult times of getting on our feet, so to speak. So I would like to thank you, and you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you here next time. This is Darrah signing out. Have a great night. Bye-bye.